Welcome to Ashtags, Practical Principles for Powerful People, Passionate About Purpose. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ashtags. The topic we are on this week is so important: investing. We are going to give you a 2025 wealth outlook. And because I did not want to do it by myself, I brought on the help of my friend, Mr. Victor Lofinmakin. And you may have heard of Victor before, but we're going to talk a little bit about his background, how he got into investing, and he is going to give us some of his projections, some of his ideas for 2025. So if that sounds like something that will interest you, then stay tuned. All right. Thank you so much, Victor, for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me, Ashley.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I really think you're one of the go-to people, at least that I know, when it comes to building wealth and investing. So I appreciate you taking your time to do this.
Thank you. That's a big honor. It's a big reputation. But thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and you know what I think is cool is that we have my husband and I have had a chance to see you and Dolly get started and grow your business and grow your operations over time. And so I think it's an inspiration. That it doesn't really matter what you start, how you start or where you start, that you can gain momentum and gain success over time. So I think that's a huge lesson for so many people.
I think what you just said there is very key. It's very key to surround yourself with people that you've seen actually make the leap and the jump from someone to the next place. So I'm glad you actually brought that up because I do have people in my life as well that I look up to, but I've also seen the way they started, the way they built it, and it's encouraging because sometimes it seems very daunting,
Right.
especially when you're working so hard, you don't see a lot of progress. But if you someone next to you that you can actually relate to, but just see on TV do it, it seems more relatable
It makes a
and
difference.
more achievable. So that's a
Yes.
very good point you said. Yeah.
So I want to recognize you for your presidential recognition. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, yes. So earlier this year, I was very fortunate. I just got a call from DC. Obviously, as you know, we do a lot of community service, do a lot of speaking, a lot of engagement, and help with financial literacy. Help my military background, right? So there's a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award,
Wow.
generally given to people that have committed over 4,000 hours to serving their community. So that was a very big thing, and means a lot to me. Uh, I'm not big into seeking awards out, but just having that from a Biden White House was very fulfilling.
Yes. So you guys hear that? Put yourself in the vicinity of people who are making moves, who are doing the things that you aspire to do, right? So before we get started, I don't want to assume that everybody knows you. Could you just tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yes, it's very long,
Okay.
so I'm gonna try to keep it short. So,
Okay.
as you said, my name is Victor Lofinmakin. I'm just a very fortunate person. I consider myself very fortunate for a lot of things that I've accomplished. It's because I've seen that it's what I call a butterfly effect. Any little thing could have gone the other way. But I was born in Washington D.C. I grew up in Lagos, Nigeria. I came back to college in Houston at University of Houston. And from there, I joined the military. So I was active duty for 10 years. After my 10th year of active duty, I've always wanted to pursue business. I've always loved business and investments and financials. I've always studied it through my entire time in the military. So when I left the military, I was about to get a job. And I'm like, let me just, try my hand at my own business. And it's funny how life works because I didn't even know what real estate was. I was just getting a cup of water and someone just mentioned real estate. I'm like, what is that? And I went to get my license, came to Houston, started my business, and my very first client was like a natural. My very first, like I've been doing it forever. I just kept studying more about it, and then started harnessing the power of focus and just doing only real estate, focusing on real estate, and over time, just kind of spread my tentacles around other things. And it's such a very good business that when you do it, if you do it well, it's very rewarding.
Yes.
Financially and relationship wise, my personality. I've been fortunate to work with the mayor of Houston, Congressman Jackson Lee. I'm on the board of Fort Bend County Tax Improvement Investment Zones, written several books, including this one, which is Will You Ever Be Rich? Number 8 on Amazon bestseller list.
That's awesome. And I highly recommend it. We did do a podcast episode about this book, so I can link that in the comments.
Thank you. So I guess everything kind of started about real estate. And then over time, I wanted to now start delivering more nuggets, knowledge, and help my community get more wealth. So started kind of broadening it from real estate into financial services, mortgage, We do business brokerages and so on and so forth. Hopefully, I've not bored anyone with my background.
No, so as you can see, cha-ching, okay, he has kind of unlocked wealth, right? He has unlocked what it takes, and he's telling you some ideas, not just the investing, but the power of focus, right? About building a team around you, getting your operations in place, right? So I want you to pay attention as he's speaking because he is dropping so many nuggets, right? So many things that we can take away outside of, what specific stocks are you investing in? There are so many other things that come with success and wealth, correct? So, what are you investing in 2025?
Wow. Okay, 2025. So what I would do is I would kind of give the general idea of my investment philosophy generally. So I believe that there are 3 or 4 main things you can invest in. Let me start with that, right? So the first thing you can invest in is, let's just go with real estate, which I do. Almost half of my portfolio is in real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next thing is in financial instruments, stocks,
Okay.
bonds, mutual funds, some put in crypto, all that stuff, a lot of financial instruments.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing now is in private enterprises,
Okay.
buying and selling businesses. I'm a big advocate for that. And then the most important one is investing in yourself, right? So, like you said earlier, the power of focus, your own knowledge, your own licenses. Just keep learning more and more and giving back more and more. One of the things that I do that have been very influential, like you mentioned earlier, Ashley, is I have what I call accountability partners. And every week I be with my partners because our life goals, our business goals, and that always brings me back to the center so not to forget what my goals are. Sometimes you have your goals, you make it, then life happens, you drift away.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever we go too long without having a meeting, we all see ourselves drifting away. When we keep having our weekly meetings, I really want to recommend for everyone to have 2 or 3 or 4 people that you can share your goals with on about the same wavelength, and keep each other accountable. That being said, I'm a big believer in real estate.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of pros to real estate. You can use leverage,
Mm-hmm.
there's tax deductions and those kind of things. But I'm also very cautious about leverage, right? So for me personally, I'm working on reducing my debt load on my real estate this next 2025. With the past 2 years, we all know rates have been very high. So if you bought anything real estate in the last 2 years, probably paying 7%, 8%, 9% interest, and that's not very sustainable. So I'm going to kind of bring that down either by paying them off faster or by refinancing with lower interest rates.
Okay.
I'm a big believer in staying invested in the stock market. So I do index funds, S&P 500. I believe in having your portfolio have half of it in index funds and the other half in about 5 to 7 stocks, that you think you're very strong companies. So you can get the aggressive gains in that one and have the stability of index funds. But I believe you just kind of investing it with dollar cost averaging every month, put a little in there for your kids, for yourself. Every month, just let it grow, right? So it seems small for a while. You just look in your portfolio like, oh, there's a lot of money now. But now, as it gets bigger, every 1% gain, every 10% gain gets bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So I'm still investing in financial instruments, and I advocate for that as well. And then one thing I'm actually going further in with next year is acquiring businesses, right?
So could you give us some types of businesses that you would suggest?
There are a lot, right? It just depends on your preferences,
Your interests, yeah.
your interests, your financial goals, and those kind of things. So I personally like businesses that are easily scalable, right? So can I grow this business to, you know, uh, 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 5 states, 10 states? So the kind of business I'm looking for now is, can I really see this business going global?
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
So can it go global? So generally only these are like tech businesses and those kind of things, right? Tech businesses. So I'm looking more for that. At the very moment, can it go national, right? So look for business like, okay, it's operating in Houston now or in Texas. Can I take it national? Can I take it global? This kind of thing. So I have my team actively looking for businesses. They send me businesses every day. I review them. I was reviewing one before you walk in. Right now, one of my directors. We're looking to make a move on it.
Awesome. Awesome. Stay tuned because the 2025 Wealth Outlook has much more to come in part 2.